just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. And he gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
Fans, you're tuned into the Believe in FCS Football podcast. I'm Joe DeLeone, joined by my former teammate, former roommate at the University of Rhode Island, Mr. Sean Anderson. Sean had a really big day today. It was his first day at school, and he had his little backpack on. He brought his lunch to the Are we allowed to announce it yet?
I think so. I think technically we can. I have started a job at Yahoo Sports, producing some of their fantastic, thank you for the clapping, some of their content. So I don't know how much you're going to be hearing of me on those programs, but my editing style is hopefully going to come through to the listening audience.
It is the College Football Inquirer podcast.
Yes.
Quick little plug there. Are they gonna? Do you think Dan and Pat will give you a little love and say check out the FCS Football podcast?
I don't. Let's see. I tell you what, Joe, they are plugged in though, which is a little bit overwhelming for me, who's more plugged in on the FCS side of things. So when I was sitting in on the show today,
you're like 10% plugged in. First of all, on the FCS
they're naming games from like the early 2000s and players from then and there. I'm like, okay, this week is going to be a study week for Sean. He's going to start learning.
Well, you and I got into a little thing this weekend talking about watching the NFL games. You're going to have to watch the college football games too. You're going to have to not miss any of those games. You're going to be caught up.
Here's the thing with the old job though. Like at the end of the college football season, because I was just pulling interviews and saving them down, and college basketball, I could name every single Power 5 coach. I could. Right now, it's not as much there. I could probably give you the managers of the MLB teams, but we're going to get back on the horse here, I think. And then college football, Sean, is up and running.
Well, I'm excited for you because I think that you provide value talking about college football, and maybe this inspires some more involvement with outside of the FCS, talking a little FBS, because
sure,
for anyone who's paid attention to the channel, Sean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the channel. I went live on Saturday and we got pretty good viewership on that. We also did a reaction video and we're almost up to 5,000 views on a Scott Frost reaction video. So maybe if you're willing to actually hop in with me,
he's
taking a beating. Here's timing.
This is what you don't want, Joe.
What?
You don't want me to catch fire, because then I'll go on that show with you and Ryan or you and Joe, and then I don't want to have to start crushing you guys. All right, because right now I'll admit you guys got the upper hand on me and some of the knowledge, a lot of the history.
You know more. You know more about Nebraska than Joe did. Joe just came on because he was a little buzzed.
Sure, that's not bad content.
No, it's most of our content. Not to distract though. We want to talk about week 0 though, Sean. A lot of nonsense this weekend. A lot to unpack because it was a really sloppy week 0, fun week 0, memeable week 0.
It's week 0. That's what it is.
As one would describe week 0. We have week 1 actually coming and some real games to talk about, but the action from this weekend was odd, very, very, very odd.
Yes.
We're gonna get into it. Before we do, though, Sean, can you just tell our listeners about BetOnline? By the way, I was 3-1 on my college football picks this weekend.
I'm happy for you. I'm also happy to say that BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all of your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. This is a new copy, can you tell? Here's a line that I want put on BetOnline. Will Sean return to a Korean barbecue restaurant? Line is minus 10,000. Went for the first time last night. It was fantastic. I mean, Joe, gorged myself. Everybody, you couldn't get enough meats in that grill. You just couldn't. It was too much. Had a jalapeno pepper.
Loved
that thing, I had to wave the white flag though. I had a pepper way too hot, and I'm good with jalapenos. So before people start clowning me, this was a super hot one. Seeds all over the place. So don't say, "Oh, Sean can't handle jalapeno." I can, but okay. Oh, that's beside the point. I will be returning. The line should be minus 20,000. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. A lot of golf action this week. Congrats to Rory. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all of your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and features. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BLEAV50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
So, Sean, week 0, we were afforded the first game of the season. Somehow Austin Peay finds themselves kicking off the college football season yet again. they faced Western Kentucky, and I don't think we could have started with a more apt metaphor for what week 0 is and what Group of 5 FCS football can look like than this game. Austin Peay lost this game. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to turn out at certain points. Western Kentucky won 38-27. But the chaotic nature of this game, the odd scenes, you have Austin Peay's quarterback looking like Ed, and Eddie, stumbling and bumbling after throwing an interception and then falling on his face while swinging his arms in the air. you have the commentator saying to put a condom on the football and then correcting himself and saying condiment.
Yeah.
But the sloppy, just overall, separate from that, just sloppy football, turnovers, missed tackles, missed blocks, missed assignments, every other play was hilarious and entertaining to watch. I was enjoying it until I turned on the Northwestern Nebraska game.
Joe, the play you referenced to about the quarterback flailing his arms all around.
Yeah.
That's not the worst part of the play. He missed the tackle. He looked like a goofball. He wasn't throwing it to anybody on his team. There was not a player on his team near that pass. So obviously, there were some communication issues. Western Kentucky, not great either, by the way, in this game. Sloppy on their part, especially in the first half. Mm-hmm. This was an ugly game. And you know I was ugly? Because almost every clip that you saw on Twitter that day clowning football was from that game. And I don't care. I don't care about any of that. But at the same time, I'm saying, God, prep a little bit. Do some, where's the scout team? Where's any preparation here? It's a bad look. It's not good optics for the FCS. It's not good optics for Western Kentucky. It's not good optics for college football to have that as one of the premier games of this weekend, and you just see sloppiness on the field.
But, Sean, the only thing I will say is if I was going to pick a mess of an FCS game to start the season and a messy FCS opponent to play a close FBS game, I would pick that performance where there were a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and
Sure.
it was entertaining. I had it on my laptop while I was watching the Nebraska Northwestern game, and I kept finding myself looking back over to it. I'd rather have had that than a game that was 14-7, no points,
Okay,
and a bunch of interceptions and a bunch of turnovers. I think that the high scoring nature and the messiness of it made it fun to watch. It was like watching a car accident that, two idiots bumped into each other and they started a fight on the highway. You can't stop looking at it.
You want to talk about a car accident with two idiots? Breaking news: Garoppolo returning to the Niners.
I don't know.
I just got the notification. I'm sorry.
And two FCS guys, Garoppolo and Trey Lance.
I know this is not the show for that. Hack City will be the show for that.
Yeah.
That's a goofy decision to make. Regardless, look, it felt good to see FCS football on the TV, though. It did. Because now we're back in it. It's finally happened. This was, I don't know if it felt like this for you, Joe, the longest summer off season for football that I've ever felt. Just took forever to get here. Took forever. July felt like it was 3 months long. And I enjoy the summer, but it is what it is. I'm glad it's back, no matter how sloppy it is. This is how Mac fans feel.
Mac fans feel? Wait, what was that? I don't understand that reference.
The Mac conference.
Oh. I don't know why that's going over my... I understand what you're saying, but I don't know why that took me so long to figure out what you were trying to say.
Sloppy football.
Yes.
Still very passionate, engaged, drunk off of grain alcohol.
I got distracted.
It happens.
This is week 0 for us as well, Sean.
Yeah.
This is weeks. I was trying to pull up the box score from the Stephen F. Austin game because I wanted to talk about this next because as funny as it was to watch Austin Peay versus Western Kentucky, and they almost upset Western Kentucky. I really thought that there was going to be an upset, and I was rooting for one.
Yeah,
we had the former FCS team, still technically an FCS team that has not officially moved up to Conference USA, Jacksonville State, playing Stephen F. Austin. I had really high expectations and hopes for Stephen F. Austin in this game. I picked them to win this game. I was really looking forward to the performances of Xavier Gibson and Trey Self. And Stephen F. Austin started this game off in a fashion that I would have expected. They started off strong. It was a close competitive game. And I thought as this game was progressing towards halftime that Stephen F. Austin could possibly pull away. But the complete opposite happens. They are asleep at the wheel at halftime. 42-17, Jacksonville State completely smacks them. I am very anti-Jacksonville State because of Rich Rodriguez's handling of with their punter situation. That is a separate issue, but this is annoying to see. A team that's leaving, smacking around what is supposed to be a top 10 FCS team, and it's painful to watch.
Teams leave, and it does hurt. Xavier Gibson, 6 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. We'll keep you updated kind of on some of the bigger players. Self didn't have a great day by any means, but I guess Zion Webb decided this is going to be the Zion Webb game. Rushed for 3 touchdowns, just had himself a day against Stephen F. Austin, who you got to be ready for this. You have to be ready. And then their defense of Stephen F. Austin, they just got ran over. Jacksonville State ran the ball on them at will. So that's a problem at the trenches. That's a problem at the linebacking position. And that's a problem for the defensive backs on third down scenarios. Continuously letting them get first downs and more second downs and more running and more running and more running. So it's a full collapse there by Stephen F. Austin. You can't give up 3 unanswered touchdowns in the third quarter. You can't. You're not going to win the game. You're completely out of the game. You're sitting there fourth quarter thinking, how do we let this happen? And then you know what? You got another week of camp when you go back. That's exactly what you have. If you play week 0, you got another week of camp. And Stephen F. Austin doesn't want to do that. That's why you need to win week 1.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that on the preview shows that if you come in and you play a crap, it's another week of camp, and they were playing like this was a scrimmage. Like I just saw no life from Stephen F. Austin. It sucks. It really sucks because like Stephen F. Austin, I had all these high expectations. I ranked them really high.
The Stephen F. Austin hope machine. That's what you got. You got suckered by. I've got no hope machines going right now. Actually, it's a lie. I got a bit of a roadie hope machine right now. I shouldn't have it. I kind of do, though. A little bit.
Yeah, you're the biggest roadie hater in the world. I'm surprised that you have any faith. Realist, schmealist. You're just a hack.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm disappointed. I saw that Dustin Helton was really disappointed. I was hoping for a lot more from a team that is supposed to be a top 5 program. This was a little bit of a struggle for me though to watch, Sean. I showed up. We were laughing about this in the last show. The ability to rank bars based on the ability to put FCS games on. I saw
one of your tweets about this. I need to hear the story.
We went to this first bar to have a couple drinks, had a couple Bloody Marys. It was a little early in the day. Watched the end of the Northwestern game. Was juiced up because I took Northwestern money line at plus 300 odds.
Pretty good bet.
I'm excited. The bar we're at, TV's wall to wall. Bartender's really cool. Been there a bunch of times. He's letting us change the channel. He put the Stephen F. Austin game on when I asked. No questions. No no, we're not putting that on. 100% agreed.
Sounds like a good bar to watch football at.
At halftime, we leave to go to the other bar that's a little bit more populated with people to talk to for my friend Joe, who is single and out and about and trying to have
There's girls at that bar and not a bunch of sweaty old men watching football.
Yes,
that's
precisely.
The situation. Okay.
It's got a little rooftop. It's a fun little bar.
I like both, by the way. I like both types, both styles of bar.
It's one of our go-to places, though. We go to this bar often, and he's like, "Oh, let's go over to the Whaler," and I'm like, "Fine, we'll go see what it's like over there. If it's good, we'll stay. If not, we're gonna go to another sports bar." And this bar notoriously doesn't change the channel, so we go to the rooftop. They have equestrian on. They have golf on. They have a replay of a baseball game on, and then on the tiniest little 15-inch TV. In a TV that's just way too high up, they have Stephen F. Austin versus Jacksonville State. And I walk in, and first second we get in there, Joe goes immediately to the group of 5 girls to go talk to them. Like there was no hesitation from him. He's locked in. He knows what he wanted. Target acquired.
Sure.
I'm sit down at the bar and I ask, is there any way we can change any of the TVs?
You had your own target acquired, locked in.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Any way that we could change any of the TVs? Just a straight no. Like no explanation. No, just no, we don't do that. I don't understand how you can have a bar with TVs and you can't change the channel. Like I don't.
They could. They didn't want to.
There weren't even that many people there.
Look, Joe, you did the right thing. I need to let you know that. I'm on your
What?
side in this
Yeah.
front. Equestrian shouldn't be on the TV on a Saturday.
No.
Golf, save for Sundays. Saturday, there's one thing that people watch in the fall. It's all they watch.
College football.
College football.
And put it on before everyone gets there. Like, look at the schedule. How hard is it to put ESPN on? It was all these random weird channels. I don't know. It just pissed me off.
I got a bar here. I don't think I took you to it when you came.
No.
They will have sports on, and then if it's on like Fox or NBC or whatever the station is, you're going to be watching 60 Minutes after it. They're not going to change it to ESPN or anything like that. So if the night starts going late, okay, you're just watching the news on the TV like, oh, okay, I guess that's what's happening. Opposed to the sports
bar?
Oh, it's like a kind of, not really. It's not a designated sports bar. It's just like it's like just a bar. It's got pool tables. It's got a big bar. It's got all that stuff, but it's not a sports bar.
Weird vibe.
It's a weird bar.
Weird vibe. There was a little bit of a weird vibe on the Duquesne sideline against Florida State.
Sure.
Darius Prentice was not playing in this game. Former Rhode Islander.
Yeah, I had to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be playing. I was disappointed. But
he had a
we
decent
did
year last year, right?
They beat Ohio because of him.
Yeah.
A great game against Ohio. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Maybe academic stuff, because we know that's part of the reason why he left Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Don't want to, air his stuff out. But the Duquesne offensive line was aired out when my man was caught on the screen, and anyone who's not doesn't know what I'm talking about. There was a
You're not a my man type of guy. First of all, I got to stop you right now.
Yes,
you're not
I am.
my. I saw your tweets. You said you're my man. You're a my guy type of guy. My guy. That's what I'm a my guy
man.
guy. You're not a my man.
Why can't I do my man? What's the difference?
My man is reserved for smoother. You got to be smoother, a little cooler to use my man. I know I don't use my man.
Right,
I don't say my man over here. I'll say this or that. My dude, good one. Yeah.
My guy number.
There we go.
50, I think it was.
Sure.
On Duquesne, there was a screen cap of him against Florida. Now they got just smacked by Florida State.
Yeah.
But to get smacked and then you peer over to the sideline, and when your offensive lineman looks like he's wearing his pants up to his nipples, has to be one of the just craziest things for an FCS football team. Now, apparently, he rolled up his jersey and it was his undershirt. But who wears the red undershirt with the red pants? I don't know.
Look.
Anyone who does that, and who rolls up the jersey. Regardless, dude, more awareness.
All right, Joe, here's what I got to tell you. All right.
Okay.
O-linemen have swag. They do. They got some juice. They got some drip.
Didn't.
It's very hard. It takes a while for an O-lineman to find their voice, so to say, in how they present themselves on the field. Okay. Some guys are no sleeves. Some guys are no gloves. Some guys go the long sleeve untucked. Some guys go war paint. Some guys go all neck brace. It takes a while for a lineman to figure out what he's doing out there and how he wants to look. This gentleman is obviously confused. Okay. He obviously said, I'm going to go untucked. Fine look. He said, okay, I'm wearing the white jersey, red pants. What do I have on? He was not thinking about his undershirt and how it blended in. He obviously was not, because on camera, it doesn't look very, look at he's not, he could have some juice. He could. All right. I can't tell if he's got any wrist braces or anything. That right there doesn't look awful, but at the same time, it looks terrible. You have to understand the context of the, go ahead. There. That's bad. It looks like the break between the numbers and the shirt looks like a waistband. That's the problem with it. You could tell where the pants are. You could tell where it is, but it looks like a waistband because of how the jersey crunches, bunches up the shirt a little bit.
Duquesne has good jerseys too. The high socks also.
Look at him the high socks is awful. No knee braces.
Arm tape, no wristbands.
Are you sure he's a lineman?
He is. Wait.
I need to know what position he is in, because he doesn't have a
my
knee braces on.
Still available. I'm sorry for those listening in on audio.
You got to get to number 50.
Yeah, he has no knee braces, no tape, no wrist tape.
He might have just been traveling.
Sleeve. Okay, Greg Poland. I'm so sorry that we're airing you out like this. 6'8", 285 pounds.
Sounds like a lineman.
He is an
150.
offensive lineman.
Is he a freshman?
He is a redshirt freshman.
Okay. I get it now. I got it now. Yeah, okay. He's doing his best.
Okay.
I got it now. Okay.
You were once also a redshirt freshman.
I was doing my
offensive
best.
lineman.
Looked goofy as hell. A lot. So I understand it. He'll find his voice out there. It's just you're 6'8", you're 280. You look silly in the pads. You look good. You know, come on, not silly bad, but you look sweet in the pads. All right, so just figure it out there, buddy.
I need to know. So Sean used to stand on the sideline when he started traveling with the notepad and the no gloves and the notepad.
It's the worst.
Do you have any pictures of that? I think you got to tweet it out if you can find one.
I really hope I don't. I hated the notepad.
You gotta tweet it out and tag this kid. You
know why I stopped? I think I started. I hated the notepad so much. I was so happy when Sebi came in and he was the center, and he became notepad because he knew it all. I wasn't even that good at the notepad.
I think honestly what happened is that Coach Kennedy. So what were you doing on the notepad?
Okay, it would be. Well, I don't want to give up all game here, but a lot of college programs do this. You go down and distance, the play, and then you go the result of the play, and then if there are any blitzes or if there's any blitzes or pressure, you identify it from the sideline and then you write it down. And then sometimes when I got the pressure wrong and I misidentified it, I got yelled at because he was confused and he's like, "No, it wasn't that. It was this." I'm like, oh, I suck. So that notepad is a lot of pressure actually, but that's what it is. You're taking the notes about what the play was, what they brought.
I would assume bigger programs have a graduate assistant who does that, but I feel like Coach Kennedy just went down the list and saw that your GPA was the highest, and he just picked you to do it.
Yeah,
and Sebi came in and had a better GPA, and then he kicked you off of it.
Yes, thank God. But I had when I no drip whatsoever, didn't look good on the sidelines, didn't look sweet. I finally started looking sweet senior year when I had that when I had my arm brace.
Hurt.
I had that. No, I had my big JJ Watt arm brace that looked good.
You had the elbow injury.
Yes. Now they weren't going to play me with an elbow injury by any means, but I knew on the sidelines they're thinking, all right, he doesn't look bad. That was my mentality. And that's not what you're supposed to be thinking about, but sometimes it does pop up in your mind. Our apologies to our young Duquesne football player for getting caught. Trying.
His name, Sean, I'm going to say this. I'm going to reach out to the sports information team. I want to get him on the show. I want to talk to him.
I think that would be fantastic.
Just
to be like, hey man,
just 5 minutes.
We're not clowning you, but I just want to talk with him. All right.
I don't even want to be in the interview, dude. I want to set you up to talk with him. I think that would be better content. I want you to sit down with him. Just one redshirt freshman offensive lineman to another.
What were you thinking? Okay, because I was once really big and goofy. All right, I still am, but I don't have to put on pads and be seen on TV anymore. How can I help?
Oh God. All right, so we have fat stats as we always do. We had one really good performance. Mercer.
We had another good performance that wasn't included here, actually, Joe.
What is it? You want to pull it while I'm reading this one?
I had my headphones suck. Pardon me. It's nothing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. My headphones cut out.
Okay. Do you want to pull it while I read this one?
Yeah. It's from the same game, actually.
The big stat line from the Mercer-Morehead State game, which Mercer absolutely canned Morehead State, 63-13. Morehead State already gave up on the season. They showed up not to play. Mercer won with just tremendous force through the air. 5 receptions, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns for their star receiver, Ty James, who I was talking to Ryan about this morning. Kid's got some juice. Kid can fly. So that's a really fun performance. Who's the other guys? The running back?
I had the running back, Austin Douglas, 5 carries, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 28 yards a carry.
Wait, what was the yards per carry?
28. 5 rushes, 140 yards.
Oh
2
my God.
touchdowns.
I
Austin
didn't.
Douglas. Dude, yeah, I think he was a JMU transfer. I'm pretty sure he was, at least what I was seeing from Twitter.
I hope he is. That would be.
Yeah, he busted off a couple really long runs.
Wow.
His first 2 rushes, I think, were touchdowns.
So our two fat stat winners, though, we have
Mercer.
2 Mercer offensive players. Wrapping us up as we do frequently in the past, we're bringing it back. Certified FCS Hack of the Week, and nobody really in the media, no listeners this week. I was sad that Dustin didn't get the cold planer. I will admit. We have a really weird situation that happened with Florida A&M and North Carolina. Friday, it all starts coming down that Florida A&M, a majority of their roster, is not eligible to play. That they are not going to be suited up to play against North Carolina. That they might have to forfeit the game, forfeit the payout for going and traveling to North Carolina to play in the rain
Right.
against them because of ineligibility issues. And I thought it was like an academic thing. Apparently, it was just an overall like compliance mismanagement, just across the board mismanagement by administration, not the football team, by administration. And there was even a letter written by the head coach to the university saying that they need proper assistance to fix the issue. I was disappointed, particularly for Isaiah Land, who this was a chance for him to show up and shine and prove and say to everybody, hey, look, this is how I do against ACC opponents. Apparently, part of the reason why he was ineligible, didn't play in this game, is that he had an intention to transfer, decided to come back, but was not properly reinstituted to the roster and was just practicing. And this is, again, total mismanagement. So our hack of the week here, Sean, has to go out to the Florida A&M, not the football program, but the administration for not properly handling this.
Yeah, I saw in the letter I read about Isaiah Land's situation that they just completely mismanaged his amount of credits to make him eligible over the season. And then I'm like, okay. They said he was going to take 3 2-credit classes, and then apparently he needed 3 more credits. So he would have needed 3 3-credit classes. That is on administration to be able to keep track of that and make sure, hey, this is what you need. The season's coming up. What do I need, sir? What do I need, ma'am? Tell me. I'll do it. I'll pass the classes. I'm Isaiah Land. I kick ass on the football field. That's what I want to do. Can I do that? They say, yeah, sure. Week 0 rolls around. Sorry, you can't do this. Unfortunately, you won't be able to show out versus North Carolina. Credit to FAMU for playing the game. And then
they actually played them pretty tough to start the game. Downpour, torrential rain, and they played North Carolina pretty tough at the beginning, and they obviously ended up getting smacked around a little bit, but still, they showed up.
It's just a bungling within that administration office, and then you kind of the more you see from these college administrations, you realize that you have to value those that do it really well. I have had experiences and know people that have had experience where it really is bungled and everything gets messed up, and then it's just a miserable experience for everybody. And you're just like, okay, why isn't this easier? Why can't this be easier? But at the same time, it's humans trying to do a job. But there's a lot on the line for these players, and FAMU getting dealt the short end of the stick due to mismanagement is a major hack move.
Yeah, and I'm hoping these guys get back on the field, especially Isaiah Land. I want to see him play. I want to see what he can do this season. And I don't even think that they have any more options and opportunities to play any FBS opponents. I just want to pull up their schedule really quick. It doesn't.
Sure.
At a quick glance, no. I mean, their best matchup to really get some good tape on film is Jackson State, and that's really it.
Right.
Hopefully they get it fixed. Sean, that's good enough to wrap us up on. You got anything?
I mean, later in the week, we will be doing our week 1 preview show, I believe, correct?
Yes, we will. We got some ranked matchups coming up this weekend. So be sure you're subscribed. You don't miss out. At Joe DeLeone, at Sanderson Radio, Hack City on YouTube, which continues to grow. Going to do a lot of live content in the coming weeks, so make sure you don't miss out. We'll be back with more. Drive safe.